I met John when he sang at my uncle's funeral. The Lord's Prayer. Did you know they set the Lord's Prayer to music? Neither did I. Didn't really seem like John did either. He sang Amazing Grace at my dad's funeral. John has this huge baritone voice that filled up the little church on that snowy morning back in January. Then we sang it as a hymn, as the congregation. We did Amazing Grace twice in the same service, back to back.
My dad wasn't big on hymns, but it's the kind of song he would have sung at the top of his lungs, not really knowing the words or the tune, making it up as he went along, occasionally interrupted by a Jesus Christ or a God damn it, Bessie, get along, you bitch. That's how he talked to his cows. And me, occasionally. The thing about the farm is that no one can hear you sing, or scream, for that matter. I was still unloading the car on April 2nd when John walked in the door. Yellow! Ah! Shit! So loud. He can't hear. No Wisconsin farmer over the age of 65 can hear. Also, they all have fake hips and GI cancer. This isn't like an empirical evidence thing. This is like an anecdotal thing, and I'm not going to go all Aaron Brockovich. It's just what I've observed. There's a whole generation of farmers who can't eat. Yellow! Ah! Sounds exactly the way my dad used to answer the phone, and it scares the shit out of me. I slept last night. After my 16-hour straight drive from Brooklyn to Wisconsin, I slept the sleep of the exile. I didn't dream, and I didn't see a ghost. But standing here in the kitchen, unpacking the case of wine I brought with me from Brooklyn, yellow ice cream! Shit! John! Shit! I forgot about John! John! Shit! I should have figured there's cows here still. The neighbor's keeping them here till we sell this place. He's not gonna feed though. The neighbor's got this fancy genomic operation up the road. He doesn't feed or milk anything anymore. He has minions. And John used to work for my dad. He'd come out here every day. They'd shout at each other, limp around on their fake hips, and wear their shitty hats.
Shit. I suppose he's gonna come here every day to feed the cows. Does that mean he's gonna walk straight through the screen door and into my kitchen every day too? He's in my kitchen. What if he's infected? Also, he's like old. What if I'm infected? I just got here from Bed-Stuy, where people are dying, where people are being hauled away in refrigerator trucks. Where's the cat? Fuck. If that cat got out, that cat is like my lifeline to normalcy. That cat is like my lifeline to my life, my real life back in Brooklyn. I cannot lose that cat.
I found the cat and a bag of groceries. A plastic bag from Walmart with a gallon of whole milk, 18 eggs, 4 sticks of butter, and a loaf of white bread. I forgot that eggs could be white, or that bread could be white, or that milk didn't come from plants or nuts. I'll probably throw it away. I go back to unpacking my Le Creuset and my cocktail shaker.
I clean up the mouse shit, get rid of the ants. I replace the shower head and put my fancy thread count sheets on the bed and make myself at home amid my dad's things. His great big brown recliner with the blanket we call the buffalo. His flannel button-downs hanging in the laundry room. His muddy shoes, his gloves, pieces of my dad. If I put them all together, I could make like a dad-shaped scarecrow.
The next day, John bangs through the screen door with another plastic bag, this time from the dollar store. It's got 2 expired cake mixes and a can of fruit cocktail. I catch the cat by the tail as he tries to sprint out the door and catch John on his way back out to the barn. Hey, John. Yellow. Oh, you're there. I didn't know if you were or not. I thought it might be too early for you yet. It's 11 a.m., but my dad, I think, has prefaced me as someone who parties late and sleeps in, a descriptor left over from a lifetime ago. Hey, thank you for the groceries. I didn't know what you had in there. I thought you could use some things. I really appreciate it. How you doing? Me? I'm all messed up. Yeah? They got me on so many goddamn antidepressants since Judy died, and your dad, and now all of this. Shit, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Me too. What's that? Me too! I'm on a whole lot of antidepressants too. You don't say. Oh, yeah, for a long time. Huh. You look normal. I'm not. Well, crazy times, right? Oh, hell, and we got that crazy asshole in the White House. We're all screwed. He's the one that should be taking drugs. I think you're right. I go back in the house and call my brother. Hey, John, he's been bringing me groceries. That's nice. I think I should make something for him to say thanks. A cake. I've got 2 mixes. I don't know, he seems more like a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Cook him like a ham or meatloaf. I raid the refrigerator and the freezer and the cupboards. Everything's exactly as it was when my dad died in January. No ham, but I could make a meatloaf. Never made a meatloaf, but I have Google. I end up making 2 meatloaves because the first one I used a box of breadcrumbs that had expired in 2009. But there's plenty of ground beef. I think the neighbor must have butchered one of those fancy genomic cows back in November. I'm putting the second meatloaf in the oven. At the exact moment that John finishes feeding the cows, I intercept him as he's pulling his truck out of the lot. Yellow! I made you dinner! Oh, what time should I come by? Oh, no. I'll just give it to you. I'll bring it to you. Oh, I don't want you coming out to my house. It's such a mess, I'd be embarrassed. Tell me, what time's it going to be done? Like 7? And I'll be back for dinner at 7.
And just like that, I am throwing a non-essential quarantine dinner party for me and John. I hope he doesn't sing. He shows up at 6:55. I serve up a sad-looking plate of meatloaf, and God bless him, he eats it all. He tells me about being in the service, about being stationed in England, and hitchhiking to see a Rolling Stones concert. Tells me about his family. Turns out his mother lived in this house when she was a little girl. He tells me about how he hates Zoom, but likes YouTube. He tells me how much he misses his wife, how much he misses my dad. We talk pretty easily for about an hour. He wasn't terribly impressed by the meatloaf, but he takes the leftovers away. And when he brings me back the Tupperware the following day, he leaves me a big bag of potatoes. The next day, I leave him a loaf of banana bread. He leaves me a box of pancake mix. I leave him my leftover stir fry. He leaves me a loaf of fresh baked bread from Walmart. There's a little corner of the table on the screened-in porch that's become our drop-off location, just in case we miss each other. When we don't, he comes in. He likes my cat. We chat. He's doing all right. I'm doing all right too.